between everybody all over this land. Oh, come on, y'all. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this big, beautiful land. I would hammer out danger. Woo, 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 woo. I'd hammer out a warning. I hammer out the love between everybody. All over this land. I would hammer out justice. I would sing out freedom. I would ring out the warning. All over, all over this land. I would hammer out justice. Ooh, I'm gonna ring out freedom. I'm gonna sing out a warning. All over this big, wide, beautiful land. Oh, don't sit down. This is not the time to sit down. We're just getting started. Don't sit down. Get ready to sing our congregational song. For those that can stand, go ahead and stand. Get that energy flowing through your body. We can send that out all around the world. Yeah. I am the divine. Here we go. Come on. The light of a love shines through me. The light of a love shines. The light of a love shines through me. I am divine. My mind lives peacefully. Peace is in my mind. My mind lives peacefully. I am divine. Love and peace shines and lives. Love and peace grows and gives. Love and peace is in my heart and in my mind. We are divine. The light of a love shines through me. What? Y'all better sing this morning. I am divine. You are divine. Look at each other. We are. What are we? We are. We are. We are
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Universal Spirit Center. I'm Kevin Busey. I'm so glad to be back. Man, I missed you guys. I was gone for 2 weeks because I had knee surgery, so look at this. It's the other knee, but I can still do it. So welcome. I'm Kevin Busey. I'm honored to be the spiritual leader of our thriving, inclusive, and spiritual community, and I welcome us. We are here. We gather together, this spiritual community, to experience divine love in ourselves and in each other, and then thereby be a transformative presence in the world and in our nation. And don't we need that right now? Don't we need that? So I want to acknowledge all of the people at our center who yesterday marched in the No King March. Would you stand? Let's acknowledge all these folks. Wow. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for representing us. And this week, we're part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. It's an international organization. And the head, the leader of it, who's Sonia Cantrell Smith, came out with a statement this last week on what's going on in our nation. So I'm going to read excerpts from it, but I want you to know if you want to read the full slide, it's on our website, Universal Spirit Center. We, the Centers for Spiritual Living, are profoundly concerned by the recent ICE raids in Los Angeles and the president's consequent deployment of National Guard troops. These actions were taken without the consent of California's governor. At the heart of science of mind and spirit is the recognition that every individual is a divine expression of God, deserving dignity, respect, and justice. Recent events highlight a fundamental injustice against humanity. During workplace raids and unchecked deportations, some occurred without warrants or legal representation, completely ignoring due process. Many detainees were held in crowded, inhumane conditions without basic necessities. Some were deported within 24 hours under misleading circumstances with no due process. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our philosophy, challenges us. All of the power of the universe is within you. Feel it, know it, and then act upon it. Let these words inspire moral courage and wise action. The raids and military styles do not express life, peace, or justice. They trample on essential constitutional rights, the use of military force against civilians, exercising peaceful protests in the absence of protections is inconsistent with our nation's experience and science of mind and spirit. In the face of this crisis, we call upon all spiritual seekers and all people of goodwill to turn thought and prayer into compassionate action. As Ernest Holmes says, we carry divine potential to uplift and heal. Let that power guide our minds, our words, and our actions. So, I want to say something about this. This statement is being read throughout the world in many of our centers, and I have to just say to you, I'm so proud of us. Yes. I'm so proud to be part of an organization that takes this stance. So there's that. We'll get more to this later. Also, is Reverend Zena here? She's not here. So next, on the 29th, Reverend Zena is getting ordained, and we're celebrating that on June 29th here. Just want you to know that. There'll be a little celebration after our gathering. And we have a lot going on this morning. We have new members this morning. And it's Father's Day, but we're going to do all of that. Happy Father's Day. We're going to do all that acknowledgement later as then Doug now comes up here. So, Doug, come on up.
This mic here? Good morning, good morning. Hold on a second. So I want to first apologize for wearing a hat on this sacred stage. I had a little dermatological event on my head that looks kind of like the state of Florida after a big hurricane. So I didn't want to scare anybody with that. So Lee told me to write this down so it goes fast. On Friday, June 27th, right here on this stage, I am launching my new book. It's called How to Become the Miracle the World Has Been Waiting For. This isn't just a book reading, it's a night of stories, breakthroughs, and tools you can use right away to shift emotions, negative emotions, fast, get back into alignment, and start manifesting the life that you want. The biggest payoff, you'll learn how to become your own miracle. I see miracles out there already every time I look out here. Not by fixing yourself, but by remembering who you already are and watching how that changes everything. Because when you start showing up as the one that the world has been waiting for, you don't just change other people's lives. Your own life goes to places you never thought would happen. People show up in your life in amazing coincidences, and they've been doing that throughout your whole life. Now we're going to learn how to do those things that happened automatically and change our lives and change the world. I'll be at the Yes Table. It's $20 to come. All proceeds go to the center. I hope you all come.
I can take my love everyone hat off. Yeah. My head looks like a national landmark in Yosemite National Park. Got some forested around it. This Thursday and every third Thursday at 7 p.m. is Reverend Angela's Awakened Heart Collective. If you haven't been there, it's an amazing message and inspiring music. So be there. And it is Juneteenth. Thank you this year. Juneteenth, what a great day. Right.
Good morning, Universal Spirit Center. Good morning. I'm Stephanie Reed. It is a joy to be with you today. Wow. I'm already just so moved. We've already heard that we are the miracle, that we are the divine spark, that the infinite universe transcends and moves through us. Like, this is who we are, guys. It doesn't get any better than this. Can I get an amen? Woo! So we have so many good things going on here. I wanted to invite you to one more. Next Saturday, June 21st, is solstice, the summer solstice. We will have a journey so that you can embody the light that you are here to be. We're going to journey straight to the sun, into spirit, so that you can listen in and go, God, what is my next step to do in all that's going on in the world right now? What are you calling of me? So we will journey together. We'll have a beautiful sacred ceremony to just call in the light, the collective. We'll drum, we'll dance, we'll do a little shimmy, shimmy. It'll be wonderful. So please join us 6:30 next Saturday, June 21st, and love donation. So everybody come. I would love to see you there. Bye.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Bonnie Tavalazzi. I just wanted to put a little plug in for home groups today. If you're looking for some fellowship on a smaller scale than this, that's regular, and you want to get to know some people a little bit better, please come and join a home group. Craig, Landy, and I are just starting a new one. First day is tomorrow, but if you can't make it tomorrow, it's okay. You can come to the next one, but it's going to be the third Monday of every month at 6:30 at Craig's house. So if you want more information, come and see us at the Yes Table afterwards. Thanks.
Why do we have a Wednesday gathering? Why? Because midway through the week, you may need to plug in. You may need to be recharged. So I just want to remind you that Wednesdays are happening, and this Wednesday is Teze. If you haven't been, Dave Avani will be here along with Myron and Linda. They will be in the house. There will be poetry. There will be silence. There will be intimate meditation. It will be a beautiful experience. But all of our Wednesdays, they're here for you to share with your family, your friends. So be mindful that showing up on Wednesday is an important part of our Universal Spiritual Center doing that thing. All right.
I'm Bob Mozai. Good morning. Good morning. I have the rest of your announcements. If you have any questions about these announcements or what you've heard so far, go to our website at universalspiritcenter.org. So next Saturday, these walls over here by the windows are going to be available for you to write intentions for the center. So there's markers over there. Lee's standing over there. There's markers over there. You can write your intentions or your gratitude, or whatever you would like for the center. We will paint over those, obviously, but that will be on there. So next Saturday at 10 a.m., please bring yourself or lunch for our painting. And third Saturday with Angels, Margot's here. Stand up. There she is. It's at her home, so it's from 1 p.m. to 3. See Margot or sign up at the S table for more, or look at our website for more information. So speaking of microscopes, what do you get when a microscope crashes? I'm doing that next. What do you do when you get it? What do you get when a microscope crashes with a telescope? A kaleidoscope. So here we are, moving into our history. Our history. June 19th, 1865. Federal troops enforce emancipation in Texas, inspiring Juneteenth. North Park Community Block Party. There's a Juneteenth block party on the corner of Louisiana Street and Whiteman Street in North Park on June 19th from 12 to 6 p.m. The event will feature local black businesses, their owners, and it will also have a slam poetry spoken word showcase, live music, and much, much more. The event is free to all, so please attend, but an RSVP is recommended. So go to our REP website, click on that link, and join Gino and everybody else at the block party. Our prayer. So I'll say a line, repeat after me, please. Divine light that binds us all. We come together as one. Knowing that in our shared humanity lies the essence of our strength. May we see the beauty of our destiny, diversity. Let equality flow like a river, touching every heart and lifting every voice. And so it is.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. So a little clarification. Today you're invited to go over to the wall and make an intention for our community or something you're grateful for about our community. So what's cool about that is our intention or our gratitude will stay on there. And then this Saturday we're asking you to come at 10 a.m. to help paint, and we're going to paint that wall, right? So please, after the gathering, just take a pen. Lee, are there pens? Yeah. There are pins over there, you know, an intention for our community and or gratitude. So as I mentioned earlier, today is a New Member Sunday. And so what that means is there have been a group of people that have been hanging around and checking us out and have come to the awareness that being more formally, more committed to this spiritual community is assisting them in their spiritual practice, is assisting them in their spiritual journey. And so they this morning are saying yes, first and foremost to the divine, and then secondly to the life of our community. Or they're saying yes to the divine through participating in the life of our community. So we're going to have the first one come up and introduce himself. Craig, come on up.
Hi, my name is Craig Landy, and I'm very grateful for this community that you've built and manifested. because if you didn't, I wouldn't get the upgrade and the name tag. And I'm happy to, I'm extremely grateful for this spiritual home, and it really is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rita Estañol, and I'm so grateful to be part of this community.
Thank you, Rita.
Morning, I'm Dana Ross, and I'm very grateful to be part of Universal Center for Spiritual Living.
Thank you.
I'm Deborah Miller, Lita, and I'm very grateful.
I'm Rodney Schwann, and my heart is just full of gratitude to be a member of this church.
Hello, I'm Bonnie Tavalazzi, and I am just so thrilled and excited to be here with all of you as a member.
Hi, good morning. My name is Kathy Stewart. I am overjoyed, and I say yes.
All right. So, aren't they a good-looking group? So, I want to say a few words to you guys. The first one I want to say is it's good to get to know those of you who I didn't really know that well through the membership class. Some of you have been here for longer than I have and are finally saying yes, and some of you are new to us. And so I honor and appreciate and acknowledge your yes to the divine and your yes to the unfolding visioning that's happening at our center. Thank you for that. So today, kind of formally, I become your minister, and I don't know exactly what that means, but it's happening, and so maybe we'll figure that out together. But I do want you to know that I'm here to support you in your divine unfolding. So thank you for your trust in me and in our community, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So they've elected, I think you guys elected Bonnie to be a spokesperson for Response. So come on up, Bonnie, and let me hobble out of the way here.
Hello, everyone. So I've been asked to represent the group in saying what membership means to me and us, and hopefully I represent you all well here since you voted for me. So Einstein said there are two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, and the other is as though everything is a miracle. So Doug, I'm just gonna, follow on the miracle theme today. But coming to Universal Spirit Center has been truly a miracle for me, and I'm just so present to all the miracles, big and small, in my life, and tuned into them because of you all and the wonderful example and love that you've shown. So I want to thank all of you for that. And I'm sure each one of us on this stage has a great story of all the miracles and synchronicities that brought us here and brought us to want to make this commitment to membership. And I encourage you to ask them all about their stories, but since I'm up here, I'll just tell you mine. So I met Brittany Hudson at a Lego convention with my son, and he had disappeared, and I found him building a tower with this other young man, and it was Brittany's son, and we started talking, and I said, well, maybe we should get our boys together sometime. So she gave me her card, and I saw that she was an organizer. And I said, oh, well, I think I need you in my life too. So she became my organizer, and then I ended up going to a Christmas party of hers, and Lauren Grace was there, and we started talking. I said, oh, how do you know Brittany? Well, we go to the Spirit Center together. And I said, what's the Spirit Center? I want to go. And so I ended up coming, but just so many little things came together to bring me here that day, and I just want to just acknowledge and be grateful for them because I know that it wasn't an accident. And the second that I came here, I just felt so at home, and everything Kevin said, I was just like, yes, okay, this is exactly what I needed to hear. And I know you all have been there where it's like he's just talking to me right now. This is perfect. And, I've always had a great connection to spirituality and always loved to kind of nourish that in myself, but it's hard to do alone. And I had a hard time in a lot of religious centers. I would kind of try to join up, and there always came a point where I felt like we were becoming more separate and othered, and it wasn't right. And here it's just so open and so connected to everyone and to each other, and I just love that. So thank you all for that, and you're all a part of it. And so what does membership mean to me? And since I've been coming here, I've had so many beautiful and amazing experiences, from being part of Choir on Fire to doing foundations class and all the amazing offerings. I've had to just really just show up to as few things as possible. I've been interested in everything, but I'm like, I just need to be able to commit. So I've just been trying to do little by little and building up, and now it's just being a member is me just saying yes to more of that. More goodness, more love, more light, and I think all of us are really excited to do that. And so thank you all for being part of this wonderful community and for welcoming us, and we're all really excited to contribute more.
So I'm going to invite you to stand. Everyone in the room stand, please, and repeat after me these words to our new members. Dear new members of Universal Spirit Center. Because of you, we step more fully into who we are as spiritual community. We are in each other's lives because of Spirit's call. Thank you for your commitment. We join with you in love. For we are one. All right, now new members. I'm going to invite you to repeat after me to the rest of the community. Members and congregants of Universal Spirit Center. Because of you, we step more fully into who we are. We step more fully into who we are as spiritual community. Thank you for welcoming us into the community. We are creating together. Thank you for your commitment. For we are one. So on behalf of all churches and centers for spiritual living, I lovingly receive you into membership at Universal Spirit Center. Let's acknowledge our new members. So stay standing and welcome each other to Universal Spirit Center. Invite you to take a seat. So, all right. So today's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. So do we have any great-grandfathers in the room? Any great-grandfathers? Oh my gosh, Randall! Randall, stay standing. Any grandpas in the room? Grandpas, stand. Right, stay standing, grandpas. Would the dads in the room stand? All the dads. All right. Let's acknowledge them. So if you've loved a dad or had a dad, please stand. So we're acknowledging the divine masculine in all of us. So that's great. So now what this is a tradition we do. We're honoring our dads who have made their transition. So I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath in. And if your father or grandfather or a father figure in your life has made their transition, just hold them in your heart right now. And so we light the candle to remind us that that life goes on forever, that within us, we've said this a couple times this morning, there's a divine flame within each of us. And so lighting this candle reminds us that those who have made their transition are part of this divine flame. So we just breathe into our hearts. We just acknowledge all of our dads and grandpas in that male lineage. We thank them for our lives, for the gifts. We thank them for their continued presence in our lives. And please feel free to call out any father figure name in your life who have made their transition. Bob. So with open, loving hearts, we give thanks and we open to their presence.
Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Love is the only truth. Join me if you feel called to. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Love is the only
Thank you, Gina. So, good morning. I'm Rev Sarah, and this is our time for spiritual practice and community. So we're continuing in this energy of stillness. We will have time for some meditation and prayer. I will start us with a reading. And before we start, I want to remind you that if you would like more individual prayer, you can fill out a prayer request at the table in the back, and all of us practitioners and ministers will pray on that, and someone will respond to you individually during the week. And then also after our gathering today, I will be in the meditation room. You can join me if you'd like some support with prayer or just support affirming and celebrating a truth that you'd like to anchor in more fully. So that will be after our gathering today. Okay, so let's breathe in, and I'm going to call Rita up. We're going to start with our reading. So as we do that, just take another breath. Just being intentionally alive and present in the moment. What a beautiful place and space to inhabit. And so I'm going to do our reading today, and Rita, I'm going to introduce Rita Estañol, and she will do our reading in Spanish. So today's reading is from Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind and Spirit. It's one of my favorite quotes. He writes, "We are surrounded by a spirit of living intelligence, an eternal givingness, love, goodness, and power that desires to express itself through us. There is a divine urge within ever pushing us to express."
Estamos envueltos por un espíritu de inteligencia viva, una entrega eterna, amor, bondad y poder, que desea expresarse a través de nosotros. Hay un impulso divino en nuestro interior que siempre nos empuja a expresarnos.
How good it is to know to be present to experience the divine urge that's ever pushing itself to express in the unique, brilliant, magnificent way it does as each of us. How good it is to feel the unity of that felt experience of love and goodness that expresses itself in the infinite variety and diversity that it does. How good it is to be in this moment and experience the divine masculine, that healthy experience of love expressing in the form it does as each of us. And so I'm knowing that that experience of the divine is absolutely present in our gathering today for each of us. It's present through Rev Kevin and his words, his energy, the intelligence that expresses through him with humor and love and grace. It's this ebullient, energetic expression through Gino in music and song and energy, through the intelligence of music, through our musicians, through the love of service, through all who helped set up today and greet and run our production and support our fellowship afterwards. And it is a mighty expression of good and love and individual beautiful suchness as every person here today, in person, online, wherever we are, we get to remember and celebrate and behold this presence. And we also get to stand and affirm truth, affirm that this is the truth, more powerful than anything else. And so we hold that truth in the face of whatever is happening in the world. We stand and affirm and step into a world that works for everyone in the face of whatever violence or disruption. We know peace. We know freedom. We know acceptance and love and equality and equity. We speak a word of peace and healing for those who were affected by the assassinations in Minnesota. We know peace and healing and freedom and truth and due process for those impacted by the immigration raids. And we just know peace and healing and freedom and truth for every person on the planet, starting with ourselves and rippling out in our community. I'm so grateful to stand and know this in community right here and now. And so please join with me in affirming all of these truths together by saying, and so it is.
I could hear it in the crackle of a bonfire, and I can hear it in the middle of the ocean water. Oh, I just can't explain, but it makes me want to cry. And I can hear when the rain falls on my windowsill, on a playground where children's laughter live. How I can't explain, but it makes me wanna cry. And I can hear it in the busy New York City streets. I can hear it in the country Georgia fields of green. Oh, I can't explain it, no, no, but it makes me wanna cry. Sounds like grandmama telling you where you come from. Said it's kinda like laughter out of the mouths of the loved ones, catching up with an old friend, reminiscing on back when. It's like a Thomas Time sprinkler, street sides with my ice cream cones. It sounds like a choir singing hymns, hallelujah. It's the voice of God, yeah, and He can make anyone right, yeah. And I can hear it in the wind on the early morning, when the fog is getting thick and the birds are chirping. Oh, it's just something I can't explain, no, no, but it makes me wanna cry. And I can hear it in the midnight hour, when I'm alone in my room and I'm going under. But it brings me back to life. It sounds like a newborn baby crying, like the final breath of a loved one dying. Oh, it's such a beautiful thing, yeah, yeah, 'cause it leads me to the light. It's like a drive-through movie, small town with a big screen, grilling in the front yard. Sometimes it's the simple things, like storytelling with my grandpa. He was so easy to believe, like when the sun goes up, yeah. Sometimes it's better when the sun comes down, 'cause something about the moonlight, and it could make you feel alright. Oh, it's the voice of God, and it can make any soul cry. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's the voice of God, and it can make any soul cry. It's the voice of God. Ooh, the voice of God is the voice of God. Ooh, always with you, always the voice of God.
Gino, it's such a great song. And I want to acknowledge Reverend Sarah for a great talk last week. Thank you, Sarah. So, Thank you. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back. I'm going to sit up here so I feel closer to you. I feel like a king. I feel like a king. Things are going to change around here. So I have to say, I had a really cool, nice, sweet Father's Day talk to give this morning, and it's called A Father's Love. And given what's happened in our nation this last week, I need to address what's going on in our nation from a spiritual perspective. So here's a deeper truth or perspective about everything. You and I were born for a time such as this. We're born to be here on this planet now. It's just true. So we're the ones. We were called, born to be here. So I love that song because it so fits what I want to talk about, the voice of God. And I'm sure you've experienced this. When we get quiet, when that mind stops, when that activity of the outside stops, and we go within, still enough that we could hear from our souls a call to love, a call for unity and connection and peace. And when we get quiet, we experience that because it's who we are. Ultimately, it's who we are. We are people that are connected, that have in the very fiber of our being infinite love. So it would make sense when we stop the monkey mind, when we stop the activity out in the world, when we come present to ourselves, just like this song, we experience a call to love. So last week, either the beginning of last week or the end of the prior week, I don't remember, but I was sitting out in the deck recovering from my knee replacement surgery and sitting out on a lounge chair. And it was during those days in which we weren't yet experiencing any sun. It was that thick June gloom that happens in San Diego. So I'm sitting out there, and I had imagined in my healing sitting out in the sun on the porch, which hasn't been happening too much. So I'm sitting out there, and it's overcast, June gloom. And I just have the idea, maybe I should just go in. It's cold out here. And as soon as I have that thought, the sun breaks through. And in like a moment, I become warm. Actually, I took off my shirt, and I just imagined my skin, or it actually was, just soaking in the sun's radiance, the sun's light, the sun's warmth, right? Especially after all the June gloom we have had. And so I close my eyes, and I just imagine this light moving through my body and healing me. It was a moment. And as my eyes are closed, for the first time that morning, I heard a fountain in our backyard that's always running. It's always running. But I hear the running of this water. And then I hear for the first time that morning, birds. And I'm in this moment with the sun and the flowing water and the birds. And suddenly, I am so grateful for my life. I am so grateful for this moment. I'm so grateful for our center, for the manifestation of all the things in my life. I'm so grateful for the awareness of the divine. I'm so grateful for the pause to be present. And what happened is my mind about future and past stopped in those moments. And I was just there basking in the light, right? And I don't really know how long I sat there, not for hours, a few minutes, just a little bit of time, just soaking it in. And what's interesting to me about that particular event, a couple things. One is it comes in the context of feeling some fairly low vibration in that I just had knee replacement. And I'm a guy, I don't need to tell you this, but I'm a guy that works out, right? I'm in shape, I'm healthy, I eat well. I have been loading up on YouTube videos about knee replacement surgery. I've been figuring out what are the exercises to do, what are the supplements to take. I mean, I have been on it, right, in terms of the prep work. I was working out really hard, especially my legs just prior to the day before. So I'm ready. So I expect, well, I don't know what I expected a cakewalk. And I don't fully know what I was thinking. Because two things happened for me, and everyone's experience is different in knee surgery, but mine was a significant amount of pain. And with that, a significant amount of helplessness, not being able to move or do what needs to be done, right? And it was unexpected. Like I said, I don't know what I was thinking, it was unexpected. And I will, it knocked me down. And I will say this. It's the second time I felt this way. And the first time was about 1.5 years ago when my partner of 24 years suddenly died. And it's a very similar dynamic, albeit this is a lot shorter, and but in terms of the pain and the helplessness, it's a thing. And it knocked me. It knocked me. How many of you have had that kind of experience about something? So I'm footnote and presence. It's the human experience. It's the human experience. And especially the last 1.5 years, I've come to realize this human experience happens to us, happens to me, so that I could be really clear about what's happening through my life. That it's the divine unfolding through my life. And sometimes I've required these types of getting knocked off the pedestal or whatever to reach out and surrender to the divine in a way that I would not have done otherwise. And I can't help but thinking our nation is going through this now. It's like, who would have expected these type of things in America? In America. We've grown up and heard about them in other places. And suddenly, it's here. It's here. And I think that, and I will acknowledge that there have been times as this has unfolded in our nation that I have felt scared and I have felt confused. And I also know that when I am in pain, when we are in pain, when I feel helpless, when we feel helpless, these are the ingredients of victimhood. It's where we go to a dark place thinking nothing's going to change. It's always going to be this way, and there's nothing I can do. How many of us have felt that? And from there, no good comes. No good comes from that kind of low energy, a low vibration. So this patio experience, when I was sitting back in the patio last week and feeling the sun and feeling presence and feeling such gratitude, that is not a new experience for me. I was raised, I've always been engaged in the spiritual life. always have been from the beginning. So I have had multiple experiences of this moment where mine stops and I experience something so sweet and greater and more powerful and loving than me that is also within me. That is, for me, not an uncommon experience. In fact, it's so common that I know that it's true. I don't believe in it. I know that it's true. I know, and Ernest Holmes says this, there is an ultimate reality that we can experience and be open to. And it's beyond faith or belief or hope. It's a deep knowledge and awareness that there is something that's breaking through us as the divine. And so with my partner suddenly dying, I'm not saying, what I want to say about that is there have been gifts in my own journey around that. Gifts of my deep surrender to the divine and my opening to the light. And there clearly has been gifts in this knee recovery and surgery because I've been able to sit and be aware of presence and read and meditate and be out in the sun. There's a healing, a transformation that is going on because I'm open to this. So there's a call on our souls right now. I have never worked, I've been, as I said, engaged in spiritual life my whole life, but never until a year and a half ago did I embrace it with my whole life, realizing that it is my lifeline, that spiritual practice is so fundamental to who I am that I cannot be without it. And when I am, I do fall into victimhood. I do react. I do get scared. I am engaged in spiritual practice as a lifeline. And it's such an interesting difference because prior to a year and a half ago, spiritual practice would make me feel good. Spiritual practice assisted me in manifesting these things. But the spiritual practice that we are being called to now is beyond manifestation. It's beyond feeling good. It's our life. It's surrendering to that which wants to unfold through me and through us and through our nation in a way that we're a part of it. So, we have before us a clear choice. We have a clear choice. We could seek the presence of the divine. We could seek stillness. We could open to this voice. We could open from within us the power of love and allow ourselves to surrender this and ask, what is it that is mine to do? And I don't know what it is for yours to do except to get still and to connect with this infinite presence. Like your life depends on it. A number of you marched yesterday, and I know a number of people who marched yesterday. And afterwards, I talked to a few of you, and because I said, "Call me. I want to know what it was like." I couldn't go, and there was so much inspiration and excitement in people's voices who I talked to who had been for the march, because I think they were just coming together in joy and in love and what can happen for our community and our nation in a positive way, right? I was so impressed with the number of people I talked to and the energy, the vibration was so high. So what is upon us is to keep our vibration high. And you know, I tell you, this has been my work so strongly for a year and a half. Be really cognizant of the possibility of victimhood seeping in, because that's a dark, horrible rabbit hole. And do the type of self-care and spiritual practice that is needed in order to raise our energy up. That doesn't mean we don't get scared or confused or angry. It doesn't mean that. But it does mean we make a commitment to move through those energies so that you and I can continue to be the presence of love on this planet. So I'm grateful to be part of spiritual community. I'm grateful to be part of an inclusive, progressive spiritual community in these days. And I have, what do I have, Lorraine, that you gave me to put on the yes table? I have information. So we have information for people that may be confronted by ICE and how to respond. So that, what? In English and Spanish. So we have that at the yes table. And if you need that or know someone who does, go ahead and take that information. And then one more thing I want to say. A week from this Tuesday, Gino and I are getting together, and we're just having a get-together to talk about, to feel, to pray about what's going on in our nation. It's going to be here. We're going to create a circle. It's going to be a loving presence. We invite you to come, pray, talk, share, feel. And let's just be open to what it is that each one of us is being called to do in terms of action during this time. 6:30. 6:30 here, a week from this Tuesday. 24th. Okay, so I invite you to take a deep breath now. Just feel into an open heart. And just know that, right outside these windows, the sun is shining, radiant and warm, the life-giving sun. So just feel into yourself right now. And I invite you to move deep enough within yourself that you are aware of a loving presence, of a call to love, of a call to connection, to unity. A call to be compassionate to all beings. Let's open right now to the power of love. Let's open to that infinite nature that breathes our breath and beats our hearts. And let's let it move through us in such a way that we are so clear on what it is that is ours to do. So allow yourself right now to be loved by that which is infinite and inclusive and unconditional.
Even the sparrow has a place to lay its head. So why would I let worry steal my breath? Even the roses you have clothed in brilliant red, still I'm the one you love even the oceans push and pull at your command, so you can steal my heart with your hand. You tell the seasons when it's time for them to turn, so I will trust you even when it hurts. 'Cause you give me everything. You give me everything. You give me everything I need. When I can't see you lead me, when I can't hear you show me, when I can't stand you carry me. When I'm lost you will find me. If I'm weak you are mighty. You are everything I need. 'Cause you give me everything. You give me everything. You give me everything I need. You give me everything that I need. Oh, you give me every day and every way. Don't you know you give me everything.
Gino. Powerful, right? Just powerful. Thank you, Gino, as usual. Hello again. Hi, I get to be the person who asks for the conscious giving today. Whew. So what a powerful place. Thank you, Deborah. What a great partnership. So yes, so I am here being part of the Stewardship Corps, and I get to be part of that in a conscious way to be intentionally supportive of our community and helping us grow and thrive and making sure all the finances are held in the best way we can to make that happen. So that's why here. So I want to thank everyone for all your support, for the ways that you give and support our community, because it really matters. Because when you give and when we get to participate tangibly, financially, with our energy, with our presence, that gets to make this possible. Like, isn't this a wonderful place? You get to be in a community that is intentionally loving, supportive, inclusive. Like, I want everyone to have this experience, right? Everyone, not just us. It's not a secret. You know, I want it to spread and grow. So that's why I give, and that's why we're here. So that's what we're here to do, is support transformation, to support, and transformation happens when there is the safety of inclusivity, when there is the acceptance and love that makes it safe to grow and take risks and try more than we've been before. So that's a powerful place to be. So I'm here to ask you and to be really intentional because we're being more intentional with this new place that we're in. And we want to be explicit about that because that's how we've always been. We've always been transparent and inclusive and explicit. So that's what we're doing here. So I want you to join us in 3 things. One is exercise that consciousness that we talked about last week and that Kevin talked about today. Be intentional with your consciousness that is knowing abundance for this community, that is knowing that we grow and thrive and continue to expand in our presence financially and physically. So be intentional in knowing our abundance. Prayerfully, intentionally, open yourself up to what you can give and if there's and stretching that. Like stepping into greater growth and how you show up. And what does that look like? How much is that? Like I shared last week, I was visioning for a work where part of my vision for my new work was to include the feeling of generosity and giving more than I had given before. So you can include that intentionally in your prayer work and in your visioning. So stretch and grow. And then the third thing is consider switching to automatic giving. I do that, and I do most of my bills that way because it's hard to kind of keep up with all the different days of the month and what's due when. But if I program it out with my bank, it's all easy. So that makes it easy for us to know that your giving is happening on a regular basis, and it makes it easier for budgeting. So consider giving through your bank, through bill pay, or through an automatic payment through PayPal or Venmo or Zelle. So those are the 3 things. And then I'd like to have you join me in our blessing and knowing this truth together. So I take whatever gift, and even more importantly than your gift, take the energy of that feeling of contribution. Take in that feeling that you are giving and contributing to this felt experience of inclusive spiritual community. Take that, breathe in, know that it is a good and worthy and beautiful gift that is growing in our community. And so please join with me in knowing by saying, as I give, I receive. And as I receive, so I give. The infinite universal spirit is moving through me all the time. I say yes, and thank you. And so it is. Intentional and be grateful and to know and bless this gathering, all the good that has been given right here and now in our offering. We know that it goes to grow and expand the good in our experience in our community. We say yes to this. Thank you. And so it is.
Oh, money is coming to me. I can just feel it, and I believe it's coming to me now. And I'm not worried about how. Oh yeah, money is coming to me.
Whoa. So stay standing. Stand, join hands. Let's just take a deep breath in. Just feel the breath into your heart. And just let's be clear that within each of us is an infinite power, love, presence that is calling us forth into the experience on the planet in love. Know that we are fully supported by beings of light who are here right now, surrounding us, guiding us. So let's be instruments of love and transformation as we say together. And so it is.
The light of love shines through me. The light of love shines. The light of love shines through me. I am divine. My mind lives peacefully. Peace is in my mind. My mind lives peacefully. I am divine. Love and peace shines and lives. Love and peace grows and lives. Love and peace is in my heart and in my mind. I am divine. All right, this week you're going to go out there and shine that beautiful light that you are all over San Diego. All over. And when they see that light and say, hey, I want some of that, say, come join me at. Oh, that sounds like a winner right there. Yeah. The light of love shines through me. The light of love shines. The light of love shines through you. You are divine. Have a blessed Sunday, because we are divine. And don't you know who you are?